This week has been the start of something truly, truly amazing. I've been asked to do some filming alongside the longest standing bait company in the carp fishing industry. And also, the owner of this bait company has two fantastic lakes. The lake I'm fishing this week has got 3 huge 40s in there. It's a 2-acre lake, it's very weedy, full of pads, but also extremely shallow. This lake also has a very nice stocking of 60 other fish ranging from 15 to 26 pounds, and those 26 pound fish are really pushing on to the 30 pound mark now. But anyways, I got down here at 3 PM, greeted by this really nice weedy lake and also the owner who lives on site there. I could see the rain was about to settle in, so I had to choose a swim really quickly. So I put on my Polaroid glasses and went for a bit of a look around the margins. What I noticed was the water was extremely coloured. The blue dye just sort of was more of a muddy clay colour, and it was obvious the fish were feeding. And after the fish spawning the week prior, it was obviously they were going to get on the feed. But it's also known that there is a lot of natural food in there, such as snails and hatches. So I quickly got given a tour around the lake by the owner, and we decided my best bet was to fish on this little spit. And this spit has a nice little paddy bay to the right of you, it's got the island in front of you, it's got 2 islands in front of you actually, and really nice paddy margin where one of the big mirrors in there come in there and knock the pad side to side like a little tank. And while I was there, I did get to see that. And after I saw that, I couldn't wait much longer, so I quickly got the rods, clipped up to some weed, and felt the lead down the way and hit onto a hard spot straight away. So I quickly wrapped it up to 7.5 wraps, got my rig on. I can't tell you the bait I was using because that's for next time, hence why this episode's called The Mystery. And that is one of the big changes being made to my fishing right now, is the bait. So I put my bait on. I was actually fishing a snowman setup and straight onto this hard spot onto the money, and as soon as I done that and got in the bivvy, the rain came down with just relentlessly, and I could quickly see the night starting to settle in. But I made do, and I let the scenery do the talking for a little while. As the night was settling in, the dark clouds really started to take over, and it slowly began to look very, very stormy when the clouds had a bit of a mixture of red and black. And when I was in my little aqua atom bivvy, I was feeling a little bit vulnerable to these thunderstorms that are coming through, as I could barely fit in it myself. So I was prepared to get absolutely drenched on that night, but at the same time I didn't know if I wanted to catch or not, because out there it looked pretty even. As the morning sun came onto the lake, the mist really started to show the beauty of this lake, and the wildlife really did show that too. In the morning, the owner came around to see me and asked me if I'd like to come for a walk around one of his other lakes. That is actually a syndicate. I'm not going to tell you the name of that either, because that's going to be all revealed in the next episode up there. But this lake was like a whole other world. It was proper pads everywhere you look, big fish everywhere you look, and likewise there was one really big 40 in there, and also some really nice big commons. One called Tyson that literally just got caught, but that's the only clue I'm going to give you on where it is. But as I was walking around this lake, I could see these really big mirrors just going through the pads like little wrecking balls, knocking them all side to side, and it really set the scene of how special these places are, and really how much work they've done on these places to make it such an immaculate fishery. But as I couldn't fish this lake just yet, and I had to get back to the other lake, I was itching to get back and hopefully catch one of these fish. As soon as I got back, I saw a lot of fish with my glasses on, just covering the margins, and typically on the other side of the lake to where I was actually fishing. So I decided to absolutely leg it round to the other side, get all my equipment, rods, bite lines, all the essentials, and I quickly just went stalking in between the reeds and the pads. I thought it's one rod, just do a little underarm, flick it out, and it really looked good. I had fish pissing all over me, I had them knocking it side to side, but still I couldn't get a bite. And I think unfortunately this time they were so preoccupied on the actual naturals in the lake, because it's such a rich lake. It's a really new lake. It was only dug 4 years ago, but there's so much natural food in there. The carp can get occupied with that, so you don't rely on angler's bait, which is really nice in a way because it gives to the challenge, but it also makes the fish healthy, gain weight, and that's why the fish in there are literally pristine and healthy and strong. But it started to settle in that this could be a blank session. I could see the rain clouds over my head starting to go again, and I had to pack up soon. So I decided enough was enough, and as soon as I started to pack away the bivvy, the heavens just opened, and it really did come down like never before. I was running for shelter in the caravans, running for shelter in the bivvies, like just legging it around a lake to get away from it all. But I just couldn't work this lake out just yet. A lot of my fishing's been pick a spot and stick with it, but on this lake, moving's key. You've got to be on the fish. They don't come to you a lot of the time. But I feel confident in my fishing though, because I'm confident to come back and fish this place again and try and catch one of these 40s, because I know what my rigs are doing, I know my rigs are right, I know my fishing's good, and I also know the bait is quality with a big difference.